the first trooper of any faction seen in Star Wars. The Rebel Troopers are perhaps the most underrated and least talked about faction in all of Lego Star Wars. Perhaps this is to their release compared to other factions, or my age group that grew up with Lego Star Wars was the age group of that liked the clones and droids, because that's what we grew up with. Whatever the case, though, may be, what is true is that Lego has truly made some amazing Rebel Troopers pretty much at every turn, and every time they've released them, they have been some top-notch figures. So let's start at the beginning in 2004 with the first Rebel Trooper and look at the first designs for all Rebel Troopers. But before we get there, if you're new to the channel and like the video, please consider leaving a like down below. Leave a comment telling me what your favorite type of Rebel Trooper is, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. So, first in 2004, we had the Hoth Rebel Trooper. For the first time, I think he was a pretty great design. Obviously, he doesn't stand up really to today's standards as well, but still a really nice design with the printing, the helmet design, and just a really iconic trooper. It's definitely interesting to see that head mold, or that head in particular, because I more associate that with Lego Mars Mission. That's a head they used in Mars Mission, but still a very classic and iconic Lego Rebel Trooper with that big blaster. And we'll actually talk about him later when Lego kind of nodded to this original set later down the years. That was the first Rebel Trooper in 2004, which, again, you can kind of see they did have a late start. Every other faction had already had their figure for a while, whether the Empire, the clones, the droids. They had already had them for at least a year or two at this point, compared to the Rebels, who are only just getting the Hoth Trooper in 2004. In 2007 would be the next time we saw a Rebel Trooper, and again, that would be a Hoth Trooper with an updated design just a little bit, and flesh heads. This will start a trend of Lego's love with Hoth, and in particular, in today's video, Hoth Rebel Troopers. I don't know why, but Lego really loves Hoth. 2008, though, would be a big year for the Rebel Trooper. Lego releasing the Rebel Scout Speeder, with 4 Rebel Fleet Troopers using a brand new helmet mold. That looks perfect. It is still in production and used to this day, which is a testament to its design almost 20 years ago. Is incredible. This figure and set cannot be praised enough, and truly, I don't think it's talked about enough. Other sets around this era kind of drown it out because they're so iconic, but this is truly an amazing battle pack and set, and probably the top 5, should be really a top 5 battle pack of all time. In 2009, again, we saw Rebel Hoth Troopers, again, with only just a slight change. Their goggles were the biggest change, but more importantly, in 2009, this would be the first year of the Rebel Endor Trooper. And again, they had a new helmet design that was brand new, and it was perfect. Again, another underrated Rebel Trooper that does not get talked about enough are these first 2009 Rebel Endor Troopers. This would lead to the end of the first Rebel Troopers era, of like all the 3 main Rebel Trooper designs from the original trilogy being completed. Now we would go into kind of the middle era of, I think, some of the best Rebel Troopers, although I think they're still making really good ones, but the best diversity of different troopers and different locales for their uniforms and such, and upgraded designs. Again, in 2010, you guessed it, we saw an update for the Hoth Rebel Trooper and the Hoth Rebel Trooper Battle Pack. Again, looking very nice, just some nice designs. And again, a new helmet mold for them that, again, is still used to this day again. So a very nice Rebel Troopers, but Rebel Hoth Troopers. But again, Rebel Hoth Troopers, this design would be the same design for the next 4 years until 2014, or at least 2014, or if not beyond. I think it was beyond that we just didn't actually get Rebel Hoth Troopers for a few years, which is kind of surprising. But this design would be for the next several years. In 2012, we will see the Rebel Endor Troopers pop up again. This time we get a very cool one with a flak jacket, a tan flak jacket. Very nice Rebel Trooper, or Rebel Endor Trooper. And it kind of does show a theme that goes around, is that even though they're the first faction, and Lego loves the original trilogy, maybe not too many people. I know people really like the Empire. I don't know if many people are into Rebel Troopers, because they have a lot more, even though they're really good troopers and they are pretty consistent about coming out somewhat regularly, they do seem to have more holes, at least back then, than like Imperial Stormtroopers or clones or droids did. They seem to have more holes, at least back in the day. In 2014, for example, in my opinion, the best year for Lego Star Wars, I'll have a video on that in the end screen. There was actually no Rebel Troopers, though. There were some Rebel, like a B-Wing, but no Rebel Troopers. 2013 had a few, but it was mostly just an updated Rebel Fleet Trooper with just the only update was a happy, smiling face instead of a grumpy face. That was the only change. So it wasn't a really great time for Rebel Endor Troopers. In 2015, though, that would begin to change when we see a golden era, I'd say, for the Rebel Troopers. We would see the amazing Rebel Endor Troopers from Imperial Shuttle Tidarium. These were updated designs and printing. They looked amazing. The older one in the set is considered to be Captain Rex, so he's definitely more of an expensive figure and looks incredible. Sadly, though, besides a few other extra Rebel Endor Troopers that we had already gotten in a few advent calendars up until 2015, this is the last time we've gotten Rebel Endor Troopers, and I think that is a bit of a crime, but I'll kind of go into that a little bit more in the conclusion of the video. 2016 would see some of my favorite Rebel Troopers with the release of the new Battlefront game, or the re-release, or the new updated Battlefront 1. A new desert-style Rebel Trooper was used in the game for locations on Jakku and Tatooine, so LEGO put these new Desert Troopers in an amazing battle pack with, again, a new helmet mold, and it looked incredible. Truly, I think some underrated Rebel Troopers, some of my favorite. The only thing that I kind of wish they'd maybe done from that other game, I really like the Imperial Shock Trooper as well. You could check out my thoughts on that in the Imperial Stormtrooper, my history of the Imperial Stormtrooper video as well, but I wish they maybe had been able to do like the Imperial Magma Trooper and the Rebel Lava Troopers. Just a little thing would have been nice, but I get not doing it. Also in 2016, you guessed it, the Hoth Rebel Trooper received a new design again. It's actually my favorite Hoth Rebel Trooper design, and that would be for like the next 2 or 3 years this design would last. Alas, though, the Hoth Rebel Trooper was not the last Rebel released in 2016. Certainly not least, the first of the Rogue One Rebel Troopers were released in like the U-Wing and the TIE Striker, and the one from the U-Wing having, again, a brand new unique helmet mold. Very amazing Rebel Troopers, some of the coolest ones that LEGO has made. 2017 would follow that up with the amazing Rogue One Rebel Trooper Battle Pack, again, with another unique helmet mold. Some of my favorite Rebels, again, those probably get tied with the Rebel Desert Troopers. I really hope we might get these again, especially with the Rogue One anniversary next year. Let us hope for maybe some Rogue One Rebels. I really would like to see it. We need some more Rebel Troopers. And that would kind of end the really diversified years of Rebel Troopers. Right now, we've got some really nice, consistent. We have some really nice troopers, some consistent releases, but it's pretty much only the Rebel Fleet Trooper and the Rebel Hoth Trooper since past 2017. 2019 saw an updated printing for the Rebel Fleet Trooper that came out in like a 4+ set. We've seen in about 4 more sets, like the Tantive 4, the Boarding the Tantive 4 diorama set, and then the Rebel Trooper versus Imperial Dropship 25th anniversary set. So that was really, really exciting. Oh, in 2019 also, we saw a updated for the Rebel Hoth Trooper. One of those being, though, a nice 20th anniversary snow speeder. It was out for a really short time. I kind of thought about I had one already from 2014. The 2019 one wasn't changed too much. I was like, oh, it'd be kind of nice to have two. But I kind of slept on it, and that set was only out for like 6 months. And now it's very expensive. I really wish I got it because I like that snow speeder, and I really like the Rebel Trooper. There is an homage to the original Rebel Hoth Trooper, the original Rebel Trooper with the big blaster, and I kind of wanted that anti-vehicle turret. I actually don't have a Rebel anti-vehicle turret from Hoth. I know I have a few Hoth sets, and they make Hoth sets all the time, yet I still don't have an anti-vehicle turret. So anywho, that's beside the point. A really amazing set and a very, very amazing homage to the original set that came with a Rebel Trooper. But again, the Rebel Hoth Trooper was updated in 2019 with new designs. They've pretty much stayed that way since then with a few more sets. A couple like little kid sets and different stuff, and then an accessory pack. And I think there was a Rebel Hoth Trooper in the Hoth ATST a couple years ago. And that's pretty much brings us to the end of Rebel Troopers. Right now, we've been getting some really amazing Fleet Troopers and Hoth Troopers, but we seem to be kind of missing some other ones. Truly an underrated but also underrepresented faction at times, unless, of course, it's Hoth Rebel Troopers. The Rebel Troopers have almost always been cutting-edge releases for LEGO, and they are pretty much always knock them out of the park when they do release them. I do think it is overdue to see some old favorites, whether Rogue One, hopefully next year, like I already said, or Endor. Any stinking time, truly a decade since they have been released is a criminal. I mean, I mean, up there with that was like an ARC 170. We got that this year. I think 15 years was a criminal for that. But Rebel Endor Troopers is on that level for me of why in the world has it been over a decade, or a B-Wing too. Like, why has it been that crazy long since we have gotten those sets or those figures? So I think it is definitely criminal that we have not seen Rebel Endor Troopers in that long. We're supposedly potentially getting like a Master Builder Series Endor. I think I've heard rumors about that, but then more of the recent rumors, it hasn't been there. So I don't know if it's happening. If it does, we could hopefully assume it would come with Endor Troopers, but I guess we'll have to wait and see if that's actually true and what it comes with. But that also might have ended up being the Death Star. I don't know. Nonetheless, besides antics and different things talking about we really need Rebel Endor Troopers. Besides that, beyond this shortfall of Lego being a little bit since they released certain Rebel Troopers, Lego truly has done an amazing job representing the OG good guys, the troopers who stood against an evil empire, and the first warriors truly seen in Star Wars. The Rebel Trooper. Thank you guys for watching. Again, let me know down below what your favorite design is of the Rebel Trooper that LEGO has made. If you liked the video, again, please consider leaving a like now. And if you haven't and got all this way through the video and have not subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.